Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. Marcus Speaks. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to another Marcus Speaks Live, the very podcast that gives you all, well, not all trending topics, but some trending topics, and some other random topics that I would like to go over. Now, tonight might be a short stream, alright? News has been slow these past couple. Last week it was slow, and this week it was slow too. So I don't really have much for y'all tonight. I just have a few topics, and that's it. And then we're gonna go from there. So once again, I say welcome to you all. Please like this video, share this video to your respective social medias, and subscribe if you are new here. And don't forget to hit that bell icon to all to get all of my notifications once I go live and when I post the video. You can catch me every Friday and every Saturday. On Fridays, I do a game stream called Marcus Speaks Play. Marcus Speaks Play is basically me playing all my favorite games with a certain select few new releases. But on Saturdays, I do this here podcast called Marcus Speaks Live. Marcus Speaks Live is basically my baby. It's my brainchild. It's what started this channel off. But you can also see certain other things that I've done on this channel, such as story times. I've done maybe 12 or 13 episodes of that. What else have I done? I've done a whole bunch of other stuff on this channel, so go ahead and check me out. Both shows come on its respective day at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So please check wherever you live at in the country or in the world. Please know what your time zone is, and I'll be there live. Please, once again, subscribe to this here channel, but go to the description box, go to the Rumble link, hit that link, and follow me, because my first 25 subscribers, I believe, I get to stream live. So I will start simulcasting once I'm able to do that, and if things get spicy here on YouTube, or things that we can talk about, I'll cut this stream where it's at, and then we'll head on over to Rumble. So, with that being said, description is in the link is in the description box below. So please do yourself a favor, help a brother out. All right. If you would like to come up here and come talk to me, you can. There is a link and a number pinned in the live chat as we speak. So please, if you would like to talk about any of the topics that I have tonight, please do yourself a favor and hit that link, or you can hit the call-in number at 302-283-9791. And I repeat, the call-in number is 302-283-9791. Hey, and if you call a long distance, remember, hit the one, all right? Or if you're out of country, I have no idea, all right? So I believe it's what, a 9, then the 1, no, I guess. I'm just making up stuff right now. Anyway, if you would like to come up here, there are 3 rules that I would like for you to follow. Those 3 rules are, first 2 pertain to the link, and that is, please, if you could, if you come back here to the backstage, you will have to hit that. I'm sorry. You will have to be on camera. All right. You have to be on camera so I can see you. With the second rule, if you don't want to be on camera to the public, that is fine. There's a private chat back here. I have a question posted in this private chat. Please answer the question with your name and your answer, and then I would further help you with that. Uh, you know, with what you want to do. All right. And the third rule pertains to the number in the link as well. Please silence all background noise. I don't want to hear what's going on in your life, nor does my audience. So if you would like to if you would like to hit that number, the number is once again 302-283-9791. All right. So the only last thing I got for y'all is just this one thing. It's pretty simple. Like this video, share this video, and subscribe if you are new here. All right. So I just want to get into a little thing that I like to get into every episode, and that is I like to play videos when I make my points. With that being said, I have to follow these here YouTube rules. But not only do I have to follow the YouTube rules, I also have to follow the law, because if I don't do that, then this show's dead in the water. So, with that being said, um, um, I like to do a little thing that's called fair use. Fair use is basically, well, instead of me trying to explain it to you, how about I just let somebody else do it? Hello, everyone. I'm going to take use. Warning. Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyright motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use and is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 USC 107. All right, that is fair use, people. So, it's been a long week. It's been a long week, and it's been a lot of crazy things going on in the news, such as we have experienced lots and lots and lots of deaths. One of those deaths that we have experienced this week is the late great Harry Belafonte. He is an actor, he's a musician, I believe he's a producer, he's an activist. Um, he spent his own money during the civil rights movement with helping Martin Luther King and everyone who was involved with that. So this man, I believe, deserves a round of applause. This man has done a lot within his his life, and he was only 96, died from congestive heart failure, and I don't know much else to say about that. He pretty much lived his life to the fullest, and I believe he has no regrets for what he did and how he did it. So I like to say, rest in power, Harry Belafonte. All right, moving on. We have another death. This is I don't know how to swing this one though, because daytime star Jerry Springer died as well. I believe he died of complications to I want to say colon cancer. Hold on, let's see what Jerry Springer died of. Pancreatic cancer. So, this is one of those silent killers. Um, Usually when people find out that they have pancreatic cancer is almost too damn late. The symptoms of what you get, there's no symptoms in the early stages. Later stages are associated with with symptoms, but these can be non-specific, such as lack of appetite and weight loss. So, what people tend to experience is in the abdomen. They experience pains in the abdomen or middle back area, and the gastrointestinal fluid in the abdomen or nausea. Oh wow. Within without the without within the whole body, you experience fatigue or loss of appetite. And also common is dark urine, weight loss, or yellow skin and eyes. So anyone who experience these types of symptoms, you should go to the doctor and see what's up, because you don't know what could be going on within your body. So yeah, that is Jerry Springer, daytime star. He will be he will be remembered for what he did on daytime television. Nobody had done that before him. Now, you see almost every YouTuber now recreating a Jerry Springer S type of show, such as Fresh and Fit. Who else? Kevin Samuels kind of had like a Jerry Springer S show where he would yell at people. Um, which Jerry Springer didn't do that. He allowed people to do what they wanted. He was the godfather of people fighting on television. That's where it all started. Before that, no one had ever fought on television before. But after that, you had the Source Awards, and then everything else is history. Moving on, which I'm glad. Hold on, but Jerry Springer died at the age of 79. And if I didn't say Harry Belafonte's age, he died at 96. I believe I said that, but if I didn't, he died at 96. All right, moving on. We have this bastard, this daughter of a bitch, Carolyn Bryant Dunham. She died due to, let's see, I don't think I really care, but let's just see what she died of. Let's see if she suffered at all. So, her, did Carolyn Bryan Dunham die of? She died of cancer. Not too sure, and not they're not being too specific of what she died of. but she died of cancer. Um, hopefully she suffered during that time because you know she allowed a young black teen in I believe it was 1954 ish or so to what was it 1960? Well, I'm not gonna. Matter of fact, yeah, I need to know when did Emmett Till die? He died. I was off a year. He died in 1955, August 28th to be exact. Um. So yeah. She was the person that lied to her husband and I guess a neighbor or so, or her brother-in-law about um Emmett whistling at her at outside of a store, and you know we all know the story with Emmett Till got dragged out of his house, out of his family home where he was visiting for the summer. They took him down to the river and they basically beat him to death. Of which new information that I just heard just the other day about Emmett Till and this whole thing. They said that Emmett Till actually was fighting with the people, the two men that apprehended him. They, he basically was bucking at him, basically saying, "Do your worst, motherfucker." And then we got the very picture of what I won't show because it's a very disturbing picture of what Mammy Till showed at his funeral, of which we did need to see because Jet Magazine ran that and the whole entire black community in 1955 went into a frenzy. But I hope that the family of Emmett Till is, I won't say celebrating, but I hope that they have some sort of ease right now because of Emmett Till's death and the woman and all that. Like, hopefully that they find some sort of ease now that everyone who was involved with this is now deceased. But people, that has been the final, not the final, I'm sorry, the small banter portion of the show. Hope you guys you know, got something out of that. But let's move on to, basically, we're doing random topics today. This is a all full of random topics of the week. So the random topics overview today is Cardi B tells Tasha K she wants her goddamn money. And I ain't mad at her. Also, we have Don Lemon and Tucker Carlson both got fired this week, which is wild. All right, so let's get into the very first portion of this show. Tasha K. Tasha K, she is a YouTuber. She has her own media company. I believe it's called Kibi Studios. That is her married name, Kibi. Uh, so her and her husband both run Kibi Studios. So Tasha K, if no one knows the story about this Tasha K situation with Cardi B, back in 2019, Tasha K, heard of a small little beef between Cardi B and Nicki Minaj at the time because everyone was talking about how how Cardi B, not Cardi B. I'm getting all these people's names mixed up. How Nicki Minaj was basically falling off to this new breed of female rappers. As we knew a decade before, she was basically it. She was everything that we had as far as like a hardcore, sexy. What else could we say? Lyricist as far as a female rapper during the late 2000s, early 2010s. Um, we haven't had one since then, but you know, but around that time, Cardi B was getting a name for herself. She was basically talks was like, is she better than Nicki Minaj? If they had a beef, who will win in the beef? Um, Tasha K spoke with Nicki Minaj, and then after that, once she heard about this whole Cardi B and Nicki Minaj beef, Tasha K went on her show, started talking shit, started making up lies about Cardi B for no apparent reason, saying that she had herpes and all kinds of other sexual transmitted infections. She also said that she cheated on Offset numerous times. Also brought Cardi B and Offset's daughter culture into the whole thing, and that's when the gloves came off. That's when Cardi B said, "You know what, bitch? Enough is enough. I'm suing your ass." So, you know, we didn't see anything until 2000. I think she didn't file the lawsuit until 2021. Court case happened last year, of which Tasha K lost. Well, Tasha K said, "The hell with that. I'm gonna make a video. This is if you see the picture that you are looking at right now of her in the white. That was her the day of she lost the very federal court case. Um, Also, Tasha K won for appeal. She said, "Nah, the hell with that. I'm gonna take this to excuse me, I'm gonna take this to the Supreme Court if I got to." Well, they stopped her there as well because Tasha K lost the goddamn appeal case as well. To where Cardi B was rewarded in the very first trial $4 million, of which Tasha K has yet to pay. Since then, Tasha K said, "You know what? The only way that I have to pay this is if I stay in America. If I leave, I don't have to pay." Of which rumors started to come out to say that Tasha K picked up and left and moved to Africa. I would say her husband's native land, of which her husband is of African lineage. He's a full-blooded African. I don't know where from, but I do know that he is from Africa. Um, so with that also being said, Tasha K had yet to pay Cardi B a piece of her $4 million of what she owes to Cardi B, of which Tasha K owes to Cardi B. Well, this week Cardi B won a she what did she win? She filed a right to seize Tasha K's assets, of which she was granted the right to. So, without further ado, you know how I like to do. I like playing videos, and you know I got one. So before I go on, before I play this video, all articles and all videos are credited in the description box below. I don't own the rights of any of these videos I'm about to play today. I don't own the copyright to any of these articles I'm about to talk about today as well. But I am presenting them. I did fix some of the articles up. I did reword some of the stuff so it isn't verbatim of what they said. Right? So, with that being said, let's get into the video.
Looks like Tasha K is getting into even further more trouble. Now, you already know, man, she actually got sued by Cardi B for $4 million for coming to the internet and spreading lies on her, claiming that she has some type of disease.
You know, Tasha K, you doing the most, mama. You're doing the most.
Now, man, it looks like Cardi B is taking this case a lot further. Now, initially, you guys know that Tasha K actually tried to make an appeal, but the judge denied her appeal, so she is obligated to pay the $4 million. Money.
What I really want to see is the money.
Now, apparently, it comes out now, man, that Cardi B is actually wanting to seize all of Tasha K's assets. But even though Tasha K is saying she ain't got it, Cardi B definitely does not care.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
and you know, guys, in the legal field, if you get sued, they will garnish your assets and they will also garnish any properties that you may have in your actual name. Now, you already know, man, Tasha K done fled the country, but she's still coming online trolling like it don't even matter. She responded, she said, "I'm gonna see you guys tonight on my channel for I Ain't Got It Effery." Now, Tasha K also came out and talked about her very, very high tax liability. Now, guys, she's claiming she owes the IRS $111,000 in back taxes.
I'm gonna show you.
She also indicates she has a truck for $54,000. She has an Amex card. She has a Discover card. She has quite a few things on that list. So she's still trying to say she ain't got it. And also, she's got allegedly $300 in her bank account, which is possibly true. But guys, this stuff is crazy right here. Tasha K, all you had to do was take the damn video down. The lady gave you chances, she gave you warnings. We're gonna keep trolling and blowing your chest up like Cardi B wasn't gonna get on that ass.
Now, let's unpack that real fast, right? Because one of the stipulations of what Cardi B asked of Tasha K was take the video down, bitch, or I'll sue your ass, right? Tasha K said, nah, fuck it. I'm not doing that because at this time, Tasha K, believe it if you want to, Tasha K within the blogger sphere, like the celebrity, like dirt and blogger sphere, Tasha K is probably the top person in that, like in this sector of YouTube. Like, you got Lovely T, you got I forgot the other girl that I like watching a lot. I forgot her name, but she's from California, I believe. You got T.S. Madison, you got what's his name, Don Diva, you got who else? It's a few others. There's a few others, but Tasha K within this whole, like, let's talk about celebrity dirt type of YouTube channel, she's the top one. She has the most viewers, bar none, on her live streams. She possibly has the most subscribers on her YouTube channel as well. What she has, I believe, is somewhere around like 1 point something million or so. While everyone else is pushing like maybe 7, 6, maybe 500,000 subscribers. So in the respect of Tasha K, she's like top dog when it comes to this shit. But she went too damn far because she started talking about Cardi B. She started about talking about Cardi B in a foul way, of which that's why Cardi B filed her defamation suit against her, because a lot of the things that Tasha K was saying on her channel was not true, of which Cardi B's lawyers proved everything. So, or did they? Because, you know, Cardi B has millions of dollars and Tasha K has thousands of dollars. So, you know, you do the math yourself. Who really won the case? Although, yes, Cardi did really win, but you gotta look at it in money. Like, who has the most money? Who could have paid, you know, the most to their lawyer, and who would have? Because it's not what you can. It's it's not the truth of what you can prove, is what you can prove in court. And what they proved in court was basically everything that Tasha K said on her YouTube channel. Now, I don't know if they used any of her paid content, because Tasha K, I don't know if she did like member content at all, but I do know Tasha K had her own app of which her subscribers paid to watch her videos, her interviews, and stuff like that. And who knows how much money she was making a month off of that. So I don't know if they used those specific videos, but I do know that they used all of the YouTube videos of when she mentioned Cardi B, and that's what basically killed her side of the case, because it's like you're trying to go to court and you're trying to sway it as if, no, I wasn't actually per se talking about Cardi B. I was just saying what people were saying of what I heard that they said about Cardi B. And it's like, what? Like, what are you talking about? Like, you said this stuff on your show. Lots of people saw this shit. I saw it because this was when I was like, fuck it, I don't feel like going out anymore, wasting any money or whatever. Like, I'm a keep it in the house. You know what I'm saying? I'm a either buy a bottle of something and chill out in the house, or I'm a get like a case of beer or so and drink a few of them as I sit here and watch YouTubers talk about either the news or celebrity shit or whatever. And I was there when she talked about how she was on Nicki Minaj's side when it came to this beef, and Cardi B doesn't have a chance, and all this other stuff. And it's like, well, you just kicked yourself. You just kicked yourself in the foot for the simple fact that you sat here for countless weeks. And mind you, I believe Tasha K was on like 3 times a week. So, various days she's talking about, various celebrities, and Cardi B so happened to be a part of her show damn near every week. After either what she heard, what Cardi B said of what she saw from her show, so she would react to Cardi B reacting to her, and then be like, well, I got new sources and this is what they're saying about her. And it's like, well, no one was thinking like, can she get sued for this, blah 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 blah. Well, we found out that yeah, she could get sued for it. And this is why I watch my mouth with certain things that I say here on YouTube, because Tasha K says she ain't got it. God damn, I really don't have it. So anyway, moving on. Let's continue this video, and I'll get to the article right after we finish this video.
Clearly, they're trolling, and the pride and all that ego stuff gotta go out the window. And right now, man, Cardi B is hitting you where it hurts the most, in your damn pockets. Now, when a celebrity step to you and they threaten you with legal action, and you lying. Now, I could see if you was not lying, but you're actually lying. And you getting mad that the lady was telling you, hey, take down these whack-ass videos. It's not even true. You was capping just for them damn clicks. Now, guys, she still wants to troll. She still think it's a game. She still think it's funny. But, guys, she going to be in the cardboard box streaming at some point, with that type of behavior. I hate to see that happen to our people, but at the same time, man, you can't go on there and defame people over and over and over again, then go back and forth like you ain't dealing with a millionaire. I can see if you was dealing with like a little thousandaire, you might have a chance to, pop your shit. But damn, you're dealing with a multi-millionaire, her and her husband, both millionaires, and you just coming for her like you got that kind of money. Crazy world we live in, guys. So I definitely want to get y'all opinions on this right here. How do y'all feel about Tasha K owing all this money, and now she's about to be streaming in the cardboard box somewhere in Africa? Y'all let me know how y'all feel about this, man. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe on the video.
All right. So that was the spiel. All right. So getting into this article that I got from Bossip, it says courts grant Cardi B the right to seize Tasha K's property to satisfy $4 million defamation judgment. So this is what they're saying. $4 million defamation judgment from Tasha K, and it's not pretty. Moreover, the court reportedly issued a writ of execution to the blogger in Kibi Studios LLC in Georgia on Thursday, April 20th, according to All Hip Hop. So judgment permits Cardi B to seize Tasha K's property to gain the money owed from the rapper's victorious case. Following a 2019 lawsuit, the court found Tasha guilty of invasion of privacy. That's no pun on her album. All right. Defamation and deliberate infliction of emotional distress in 2022. While she said, while she could seize more assets than just property, it's still quite a aggressive turn for the case. On that note, online people are split between seeing this as righteous retribution or going too far. So I don't know who said this, but I will see. I guess this is Cardi B who said this. I love how Cardi not. Oh, I guess somebody else said this. Okay, I love how Cardi not letting up on Tasha K. Shouldn't have been talking ish. One user wrote on Twitter. Another differed. I wish Cardi B would let that ish go. I'm getting so tired of seeing this back and forth ish with Tasha K. Now she trying to take the woman's house. Uh, B, you got money and in few houses. Let it the fuck go. God damn. Well, I believe Cardi B is learning from the whole 50 Cent camp. Because you gotta remember, 50 Tierra Marie owed 50 like 50 or $40,000 or something like that. And she never paid it back to him. So 50 Cent basically brings Tierra Marie into court almost every month or something like that. Because, you borrowed money and basically it's like you said you was going to pay me back this amount at this date. I never received that money during that date, so you got to be dealt with legally. Like, I don't want to do this, but it's basically setting an example. That's all Cardi B's doing, exactly what 50 Cent is doing. She's making an example out of Tierra Marie, as well as Cardi B making an example out of Tasha K, because this allows someone else to come online and say whatever that they want about Cardi B as well. So if Cardi B allows Tasha K to do whatever with her name, then that means anyone else can do it. So basically, it's setting a precedent of don't fuck with me, all right? I'm not here to play his little stupid games. Don't fuck with me. This is all that it is. So, from somebody to say, Cardi B needs to let this go, she got money, it's the principle of it. It's you're messing with not just me, but you're messing with my family and my child, which at the time I believe Culture wasn't born yet, or I believe it was their second child that they had together that Tasha K talked about. So it's like you're bringing children into this. Like, how low can you go? Like if you have beef with somebody, keep the beef on them. Don't bring a family member, like a decrepit family member in it, like their grandmother or something. Like, don't be like, yeah, that's the reason why your grandmother got a peg leg, bitch. Like, don't bring them into this. They ain't got shit to do with it. But um, I understand what Cardi B is doing, and I believe that it should happen because who's to say that somebody else gets the balls to say something else about another person, that's a celebrity, such as, like, look at how they drag Will Smith all over the damn place. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's say that Will Smith gets tired of people saying whatever the fuck they saying about him. Let's say Will Smith files a class action lawsuit on everybody who's ever said anything about him and sues them for what they said about him during this whole slapgate or whatever. A lot of people won't be looking so a lot of people won't be looking at him like, I thought he was a nice guy. Like, nah, you talk too much shit about this dude. Like, he has the right to do so. But this is what Cardi B's doing, and this is what Cardi B sees as fit. So the only thing we can do is just sit back and watch. That's all we can do. Anyway, let's get back to the article. So, uh, this has a second part to it. So it says Cardi B wants her $4 million defamation judgment. So, given that Cardi B even checked to see if she got the payment, apparently that wasn't the case. Also, Tasha K responded to this new development on her Twitter account. And this is what she said. This is what Tasha K said. Oh, shit. Let's read this together. Let me blow this up. So it says, "Look, sis, in law, I know you need that cause work is slow for all of us right now. But right now, I ain't got it. But let your lawyers know that when I'm up, this is where shit gets funny. Let your lawyers know when I'm up, you gonna be up and stuck." She ain't shit for that, all right? You get first dibs after this after this IRS bill gets paid. So this is the list of debt that she has right now. Discover card, $4,500. You making like 10,000, if not more, on YouTube. Why isn't this paid down yet? Anyway, let's keep going. Amex, 5,500. Back in current taxes, $111,000. I'm sorry, $111,000. Jesus. Bank of America card, $300. Truck payment, $54K. And then she has legal, which is you, Cardi B, $44 million. Plan of payoff to be continued. So she's in more debt than what we expected her to be in the first place. Like, we didn't know this about her until she put it out herself. But I'm saying, like she said, once you up, you gonna be up and stuck. So that was fucking crazy that she put that up there too. But anyway, back to it. Let's see. Previously, she apologized to the 30-year-old after losing her appeal. Now, damn, Cardi B's 30 years old? Anyway. Now her response seemed to lightly refer to her other debts and hinted toward a payment queue. Look, sis, in law, as I said earlier, once you get it, you're gonna be up and stuck as well. Meanwhile, this is far from only controversy Tasha K got into with a celebrity, although it's certainly the most high profile. For example, R. Kelly claimed that the blogger tampered with witnesses in his case. And we'll unpack that in just a minute after I finish this. With all this in mind, hopefully these legal troubles find resolution in more amicable ways. I know I probably said that wrong still, but I was close. Regardless, come back to HNHH for the latest news and updates on Cardi B and Tasha K. In addition, check out the latter's apparent response to Cardi potentially seizing her property down below, or if you go to the article. But let's talk about this whole R. Kelly thing, right? So I covered R. Kelly last week, and for how many subscribers I have, it's doing good. It has like 101 views or so. So the the rumor is that Tasha K got access to R. Kelly's emails, I guess his prison emails, by a person who worked at the jail of which R. Kelly was at. So she got phone calls or phone call transcripts. She got emails. She got who's been paying. What's it called when people put money on people's books? Well, let's just say she knows who been in and out of, paying, putting money on R. Kelly's books. She knew all of this stuff, right? So that correctional officer that was working with Tasha K to get R. Kelly locked up, she got fired from her job. But with this whole thing, when it comes to R. Kelly, and as I said last week, I'm not an R. Kelly apologist. I'm not an R. Kelly stan. I feel as though he should be there if he did what he did, but judging from what he said, that the court railroaded him and all this, so hopefully he gets an appeal date and he can appeal those charges. Now, how was it that she was able to access these documents and be able to present them to on her show? Because how she got these documents were illegal to begin with, because not even the correctional officer was supposed to have access to that information. So how she got it, that should be determined in court somehow. But it's wild that Tasha K not only was interviewing, certain people from the documentary, but they basically just gave the same account of what they said on the documentary. They didn't give up any new information. If you watch any of those videos, like didn't they didn't say anything differently. So it's like you talking about you got an exclusive, but exclusive to what? Like, there's nothing different of what they said other than their own experience. That's all that they shared, their own experience, of which they shared that very same experience on the docu series. So it's like she basically had nothing. So I don't know what was it, Chicago or Cook County jail is gonna do with this. But if she gets off scot free from it, then all right. But she got some information that she wasn't supposed to have, and I believe at the time when R. Kelly's trial was going on, I believe they brought her up. They brought Tasha K up as to say that, with her having that information, it could be a possibility that she kind of tampered with the case a little bit, like just a little, they said. But who knows, man? Who knows what really is happening with all this? We won't know until we get some sort of, report from a reputable uh, source or so. The only thing I gotta say about this before we move on is hope Tasha K gets Cardi B her money, because if she don't, well, she's gonna be paying this $4 million debt for the rest of her goddamn life. So you better start playing the lottery, Tasha K, because you know if you don't play the lottery, then how the hell you gonna get this woman her money? Because YouTube ain't paying people that much money to be able to, do shit like that. Like, it's good in business to set money aside for like cases, like these types of cases and stuff like that. But looks like Tasha K was just out here doing whatever the fuck she wanted to do. Like, you know what I'm saying? Fuck all this. I'm gonna buy that. I'm gonna buy this. I'm gonna buy that. You see all this wine I got behind me, bitch? Like, this is the shit that I fucking buy with my YouTube money. You see that wine right there? Like, bitch, you better take up you better pour out all them damn wines or resell them or something. Do something, because you gonna be fucking around drinking Pinot Grigio by the time Cardi B's done with you. That you got from 7-Eleven. But anyway, that's that portion of this whole random topics thing. Like, I wanted to start off with that, something funny. But anyway, moving on. Tucker Carlson and Don Lemon are out in a major media shakeup. Now, a lot of people don't know what the hell was going on this week with this whole Don Lemon and Tucker Carlson being fired from two mainstream news rooms, CNN and Fox News, of which, was it Monday when this happened? If not Tuesday? I think it was Monday when it happened. Fox News lost a lot of viewership during the prime time hour, because that was Tucker Carlson's time. He came on exactly at 8 o'clock. He would do a show. I think a show was maybe like an hour, if not an hour and a half. Excuse me. And Tucker Carlson wasn't there on Fox. You know what I'm saying? He said on his last Friday show, hey, you guys have a good weekend. See you Monday. And we get the news that Tucker Carlson, wasn't coming back. And then we get Don Lemon, or Don Lemon, that he got fired, and his agent told him that he was fired. And that's it. Like, they just was like, Tucker Carlson's out, Don Lemon's out, or whatever. But let's get into this video that I have prepared, and this is what's going on.
Now to a major shakeup in the cable news landscape, with the departure of two prominent U.S. news anchors at rival stations. Fox News' most popular personality, Tucker Carlson, is out. The network says it has agreed to part ways with the outspoken anchor. This comes less than a week after settling a lawsuit over Fox's 2020 election reporting. The primetime host consistently made headlines for his controversial coverage of events. Meanwhile, just minutes after the announcement of Carlson's departure, CNN's Don Lemon tweeted that he had been fired from the cable television network and that he is stunned by this, writing, "After 17 years at CNN, I would have thought that someone in management would have had the decency to tell me directly. At no time was I ever given any indication that I would not be able to continue to do the work I have loved at the network. It is clear there are some larger issues at play." This comes 5 months after Lemon was moved from his primetime slot in the evenings to co-hosting in the mornings.
All right. So that was, the whole kit and caboodle. I'll see y'all next week. Say now I'm fucking with y'all. So yeah, that's what's going on with this whole Don Lemon thing. He basically is being or Tucker Carlson and Don Lemon, they're out because, one reason they think is because they feel as though that they feel as though that Tucker Carlson cost the company money by basically stating that the January 6th thing wasn't what we thought it was, and the election with the company domain who gives, I guess, each state or each county a these domain voting systems. He felt as though that the whole voting thing was a hoax. So that put Fox in a bad spot to where they they had to settle out of court to get what am I trying to say? They had to settle out of court because that puts a damper on their business and things that they can do in the future. So that basically allowed them to be like, well, fuck this. I'm gonna take this into court. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then Don Lemon, he had two spats. So one of the spats was he said that an election or a lady that's running for presidential election was out of her prime because I guess since she was 50 something years old that she's out of her prime or whatever. That was one of them. Another one is because I think it was last week. What's his name? Vivek Ramaswamy, a Indian American, is going for presidential election as well. He was on CNN last week, talking with Don Lemon, and Don Lemon basically was arguing with Vivek because the things that Vivek was saying he didn't personally agree with, so he pushed back on. There was a point in time where he took out his his little earpiece that I guess his producers feed him information or whatever. He took his earpiece out and was like, "Yeah, fuck this! Like y'all get me off my my thoughts and stuff." So he basically stood his ground and was arguing with Vivek. And Vivek basically told him, "Look, I don't really care what you think. I'm here to argue ideas. Like I really don't care what you're thinking right now, sir. Like What you're saying, right, to me of what I know is all hearsay. I'm telling you actual facts of what I've read. So that's one reason why they say that he got fired. But if you guys remember, Don Lemon had a prime time slot, I believe if it wasn't at 8 o'clock, it was at 9. He had his own show to where they cut his show, his primetime show, moved him to mornings with a co-host, with two co-hosts to be exact, and he couldn't see that he was about to be pushed out the door. Like that's just like somebody working a regular job and you've been working on, let's say you started on first shift, right? Let's say you've been on first shift since you started. And then the company comes to you and says, "We're gonna move you to second shift." And you look at them like, "Well, I've been on first shift. The whole time I've been here. Like, is anything wrong?" And no, everything's fine. We're just gonna move you to second shift. That's all. And then they come back to you like 3 months later. We're gonna move you to third shift now. It's like, well, I wasn't doing anything wrong on second, nor was I doing anything wrong on first. Like, is there anything you guys can tell me of why I'm being moved so much? No, it's just a company decision. That's all. And then a week or two later, you get fired. Like, you should have seen the writing on the wall when you got moved the first time. Like, this happens everywhere across the board. This happens everywhere. The news, the mainstream news, the alt media, regular jobs. Like, this happens every fucking where. So anyway, let's get into the article, which I got from Politico, and I believe I have other articles as well for this very topic. So, starting out with this Politico, so it says Fox News host Tucker Carlson, Tucker Carlson and CNN host, excuse me, Don Lemon both abruptly exited their cable outlets on Monday following a series of controversies, making a seismic shift in the media landscape. Just hours before Fox News announced Carlson's departure, in a statement, the network was still promoting his primetime show, indicating just how sudden the separation was. Fox News Media and Tucker Carlson have agreed to part ways, Fox News said in a statement. We thank him for his service to the network as a host and before that was a contributor. Carlson's last program was last Friday. Fox News Tonight will air at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Previously, the slot for Tucker Carlson Tonight, starting Monday as an interim show helmed by rotating Fox News personalities until a new host is named. Lemon was fiery in his response to being ousted, stating on Twitter that he was stunned that he had been terminated by the network. At no time was I ever given any indication that I would not be able to continue to do the work I have loved at the network. It is clear that there are some larger issues at play, he wrote. Though CNN in a tweet said Lemon's statement is inaccurate and that he was offered an opportunity to meet with management, but instead released a statement on Twitter. The exits come ahead of the White House Correspondents' Dinner slated for Saturday, so that's today that they're doing it. The annual event attended for decades by presidents from both parties, celebrities, the first the First Amendment and honors journalists. The headliner usually takes the stage to deliver the traditional WHCA dinner roast. I guess that's White House something something. Uh, this year's headliner Roy Wood Jr. said said he already threw out his script following the exit of Lemon and Carlson. Both anchors have faced their fair share of controversy in recent months leading up to their departure on Monday. Lemon, who had worked at CNN for 17 years, said on air in February that presidential hopeful Nikki Haley isn't in her prime and that a woman is in her prime in her 20s, 30s, and 40s. He later apologized for the comments on Twitter and didn't appear on CNN this morning the next day. Earlier this month, Vanity published a report claiming that Lemon made other offensive comments about women on air in the past and alleged inappropriate behavior towards female colleagues at CNN. News of Carlson's departure came the week after Fox News settled Dominion voting systems defamation lawsuit for $787.5 million. Carlson and host Sean Hannity and Laura Ingraham privately mocked regular guests such as um, uh, Donald Trump's attorneys, Rudy Giuliani, and Sidney Powell, while continuing to promote conspiracy theories to their audience. I'm sorry. Last month, the White House joined in widespread uh, condemnation of Carlson, singling him out for his misleading portrayal of the U.S. Capitol riot on January 6, 2021, or Juneteenth, as some people likes to speak about it. Also, the revelations were made public as as part of the lawsuit by Dominion. Uh, Former Tucker Carlson Tonight producer Abby Grossberg is also suing the network after stating that she was unlawfully fired as an act of retaliation. Carlson first joined Fox News as a contributor in 2009, and in 2017, Carlson took over the network's 8 p.m. hour after Bill O'Reilly was forced out. Carlson was one of the most watched hosts on the cable news network, with an average audience of 3.2 million viewers. On Monday morning, Fox has still been previewing Carlson's show, teasing an interview with presidential hopeful Vivek Ramaswamy that would air Monday night. Fox News anchor Harris Faulkner addressed Tucker Carlson's departure Monday. We have some news from within our Fox family. Fox News Media and Tucker Carlson have mutually agreed to part ways. Politicians, as well as former and current TV hosts, were quick to react to the news of the exits. Former Fox News anchor Megyn Kelly, who left the network in 2017, said the news was good for Tucker. Trust me, he doesn't need them. Kelly said in a tweet. Fox host Sean Hannity posted to Twitter later Lemon, but did not address Carlson's departure. Good news, the dumbest man on television, Don Lemon, has finally been fired from fake news CNN, former President Donald Trump said on Truth Social. My only question is what took them so long, Trump posted on Truth Social. And in a tweet, Russian backed English language news outlet RT News appeared to offer Carlson a job. Hey, at Tucker Carlson, you can always question more with RT underscore com, RT News wrote. So, Fox News will release damaging dossier and on ex TV star if he tries to retaliate. Now, this is telling because there's been some rumors that has came out of all of this. And here are the rumors. The rumors are that ex-wife of owner CEO what's his name uh Rupert Murdoch, who owns Fox News. He sold his share of the rest of the Fox domain to Disney. That happened, I believe, back in 2018, I believe. So as far as like the movie and the television portion of Fox, Rupert Murdoch and Fox as a company doesn't own that part anymore. Disney does. He only owns the news portion of it now because he basically saw that, hey, this makes me more money than the whole television and movie part of the business. So I'd rather keep that business instead of having all these other ones where most of my movies aren't, making the desired amount of money of which, was projected or stuff like that, or we got to do woke politics in in our in our movies now, and I'm not doing it. So, he sold that off to Disney. So now Rupert Murdoch, Rupert Murdoch's ex-wife, I heard, has a crush on Tucker Carlson. That's one part of it. Like, I'm not saying that I believe that part, but if she so happily does, then hey, more power to Tucker Carlson. Because from what I hear, the lady's cute. From of what I heard, like, and it's like, okay, cool. If that's a reason why Rupert Murdoch got rid of him, then okay. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you trying to fuck on Mac's wife, are you? Well, we'll see where this takes you. And let's say he fired him because of that. Who cares? But with this whole Fox News having a dossier on one of their ex-employees, that's telling. Because also this would mean that they have a dossier on their other employees as well. But let's see what this says. Fox News has made sure that Tucker Carlson will keep his lips zipped in the wake of his sudden departure on Monday, April 24th. The network abruptly revealed they parted ways with the controversial broadcaster after more than a decade, and through an announcement made it seem like there was no bad blood. Insiders told a publication Carlson left on the worst and messiest possible terms. However, if the TV star tries to throw Fox under the bus, the company will retaliate by releasing a ton of dirt on Tucker. More than half a dozen network employees told Rolling Stone that Irina Berganti, the leader of the communications department, had compiled a shocking op file on Carlson, and she's not afraid to use it if necessary. According to sources, the file contains allegations that Carlson created a toxic work environment, made derogatory remarks about fellow staffers, and more. Irina will never be shy about using these things, on ex-Fox employee admitted to the publication, while another former worker said Irina tried to keep a file on everybody. Okay, well, let's stop there. Let's stop there. Because this is now telling me that they have bad work practices. This is all, that's all that I'm saying, that they have bad work practices, that one single person, which her job title is what again? Leader of the communications department. So she's doing something that a Fed would do, basically. If that's not her line of work, then what the fuck is she doing? That's one thing I want to say. Why is she compiling information about anybody who worked there? Like, or was working there, or is still working there? Why is she compiling a a an oppo file of this person? Like, what does she have on them? Like, if you're not afraid to come out and say what you have on them, like this sounds like the same thing that they did to Steve Harvey to get him out of daytime TV. Oh, he doesn't want to meet with his staff. He's telling people that they need to set up an appointment before they walk into his dressing room. They need to knock before they come in his dressing room. But it's like, when I read all of that, I remember saying, I don't think I ever covered it on here, but I remember saying to some people at work, yeah, they better knock before walking into my dressing room. They don't know if I'm in the shower or if I'm butt ass naked in my damn dressing room or not. Like, why the fuck would I just want people to be walking into my damn dressing room? Number one, why is people asking me fucking questions to begin with? I'm not the producer. I'm not the whatever. You run what you have to say to the producer. Tell the producer and the director and the showrunner to come to me with those ideas. I don't need you coming to me with those ideas. So, with that being said, it's like, that's what I feel as though that got Steve Harvey out of daytime television, which you barely see this nigga at all. As far as I know, he got a Facebook a Facebook show, and where the hell's that going? So, um, also, it's like, why are you compiling information about people because you disagree with what they think? Although it could be conspiracy theories or not, but check this out. A conspiracy theory is just something that hasn't been proven yet. So if it hasn't been proven yet, why are you then making why are you making claims that somebody is, doing something nefarious within the company by saying that, uh what do you what they say? Uh that he creates a toxic work environment. He made derogatory remarks about fellow staffers and stuff like that. Like, who filed a complaint? Because we all know that show business is fickle any goddamn way. in Hollywood or wherever the fuck Fox News is, I'm pretty sure it's somewhere in like maybe New York or something like that. But it's Hollywood. You know what I'm saying? They make movies and shows out there as well. Within those types of spaces, we all know, like we all saw what happened to with Ellen, where people was coming out from her show saying she doesn't let you eat meat on around her or on the set because she's a vegan and she believes this and that. If you if she smells anything that smells like meat on you, she'll send you home. And she's a shrewd person. She's mean and stuff like that. Because it's like you gotta remember, before Ellen DeGeneres was a daytime TV star, she was also a comedian, possibly getting fucked over by uh comedy businesses and promoters and stuff like that. Like she probably, just like Steve Harvey, probably getting fucked over all of their career by people who couldn't do what they can do. And once they finally get their big break, they're like everything's pushed out the door. Like nah, like they can't do this to me because I've been working for this said company for so and so amount of years. I'm gonna get them off air. So where you lose your job. So if management is okay with Irina doing this, then okay, I have nothing to say about this. But if they know nothing about it, then why isn't this bitch fired? Like, it makes no sense. Let's continue. Any talent like Tucker would have a lot of things other people complaining. They encourage it and then just keep it on file. It's just a classic dirty trick. Added a third, Briganti keeps files on everybody to screw with them. So okay, I get it now. It's classic Fox. The whispers aren't hard to believe given former co-worker Abby Grossberg filed a lawsuit against him claiming he was a misogynist who made sexual comments about guests and other high-profile women. Grossman also had a hand in bringing the Dominion voting system scandal to light, a messy situation that resulted in Fox paying a $787 million settlement. Now hold on, I want to get on to something real fast that I read earlier. That Irina tries to keep a file on every. Hold on, I said that already. Any talent like Tucker would have a lot of things other people complaining. They encourage it and just keep it on file. Boom, right there. So basically, whatever Tucker did, right? Let's say, I don't know, some movie star came on the show, some female movie star. And let's say, he comes into work, he's getting the rundown on what's going to happen, all the news stories that he's going to be talking about, so he can do the proper investigation and looking up his sources, so he can cite some of them, so he can probably pass them off to his writers and be like, hey, I want you all to add this into the script because I feel as though that this is important, right? Let's just say, he's just on set. He got his bear claw in his mouth while they're doing makeup. And they're like, hey, have you seen, I don't know, Jennifer Lawrence? She has some huge fucking tits, doesn't she? Jesus Christ, I love to put my face between those money bags. Like, if they're keeping files like that, that's just men talking. Like, I always say this to all of my girlfriends, right? Because most of the time, me and my girlfriends have fights when it comes to. Well, I won't say fights, debates when it comes to women's behavior and men's behavior. I always tell them, if you're around a whole bunch of guys and they're not talking the way that they want to because you're there. But once you're gone, oh holy fuck, they're probably saying everything that comes to mind. I said, if you was around any of me and my friends, while we're just sitting there just talking about, females in general, you would probably throw up in your mouth because of what we're saying. And this is just men in general. Like when men get together and, we having a couple drinks and, we're talking about females, it's gonna be some stuff coming out of our mouths that females would really be like, holy fuck, they're actually saying shit like that? Yeah. God damn it, because this is how we actually feel. Now let's say Tucker Carlson probably had all of, his whole staff were men, right? So he probably thought he could speak as freely as he wanted because there was no women around. Let's just say the women were just his makeup artists. Would dust them off before going on camera and in between takes. Like if that's the case, if that's what she has on him, so what? I would say they should pick the biggest and boldest person at Fox News and let this dossier be the number one news story of the day. And then let all the alt-right and all the alternative news sources dig into this topic of what they actually said about Tucker Carlson. That's what I believe that they should do. Because I know exactly what they won't do. Do exactly what the hell I just said. Because number one, they're still paying Tucker. Tucker, I believe, was making, well, he has like a $30 million lawsuit going on right now that I believe will get settled. If not, hasn't already been settled, and he will possibly, have that money at his disposal. And then, I believe Don Lemon has like a $20 million lawsuit going on right now with CNN that him and his lawyers just filed. Not, was it like Wednesday or Thursday? I believe he did that. But I'm saying, man, that's funny that somebody working for Fox that works in communications compiles a dossier against the people that work for the company. That's crazy. So does Bill O'Reilly have a dossier about him? Does what's his name, Sean Hannity, if Hannity is still there, does he have a dossier on him? Just asking. Anyway, let's keep going. However, a Fox News rep denied all of the allegations about Carlson and the rumored dossier. This is patently absurd and categorically false, the spokesman stated. We thank Tucker for his service to the network as a host, and before that, as a contributor. Carlson has publicly reacted to getting the boot, though he just hired lawyer Brian Friedman, making it seem like he's preparing for battle. So this is exactly what Tucker Carlson had to say. I believe he posted this Wednesday. So this is what he had to say amongst all the BS that's been said about him. Here we go. Hold on, let's make this a little better. Here we go.
Good evening, it's Tucker Carlson. One of the first things you realize when you step outside the noise for a few days is how many genuinely nice people there are in this country. Kind and decent people who really care about what's true, and a bunch of hilarious people also. A lot of those. It's got to be the majority of the population, even now. So that's heartening. The other thing you notice when you take a little time off is how unbelievably stupid most of the debates you see on television are. They're completely irrelevant. They mean nothing. In 5 years, we won't even remember that we had them. Trust me, as someone who's participated. And yet at the same time, and this is the amazing thing, the undeniably
All right. 1 second.
majority of the population, even now. So that's heartening. The other thing you notice when you take a little time off is how unbelievably stupid most of the debates you see on television are. They're completely irrelevant. They mean nothing. In 5 years, we won't even remember that we had them. Trust me, as someone who's participated. And yet at the same time, and this is the amazing thing, the undeniably big topics, the ones that will define our future, get virtually no discussion at all. War, civil liberties, emerging science, demographic change, corporate power, natural resources. When was the last time you heard a legitimate debate about any of those issues? It's been a long time. Debates like that are not permitted in American media. Both political parties and their donors have reached consensus on what benefits them, and they actively collude to shut down any conversation about it. Suddenly, the United States looks very much like a one-party state. That's a depressing realization, but it's not permanent. Our current orthodoxies won't last. They're brain dead. Nobody actually believes them. Hardly anyone's life is improved by them. This moment is too inherently ridiculous to continue, and so it won't. The people in charge know this. That's why they're hysterical and aggressive. They're afraid. They've given up persuasion. They're resorting to force. But it won't work. When honest people say what's true, calmly and without embarrassment, they become powerful. At the same time, the liars who've been trying to silence them shrink, and they become weaker. That's the iron law of the universe. True things prevail. Where can you still find Americans saying true things? There aren't many places left, but there are some, and that's enough. As long as you can hear the words, there is hope. See you soon.
All right, so that vague ass message that he left on his Instagram, I'm sorry, not Instagram, his Twitter. Jesus Christ, what the hell's going on with me today? Of which it has garnered 23 million views since he posted it. So, what does that say to us? This is what that means. That Tucker Carlson has a bigger impact on the news stage than anybody else that's doing it right now. And I'm just saying mainstream. So he did say at the end that there are not very many places, but some, basically meaning the internet. Now, where are those various places here on the internet that you can basically say whatever it is that you want? Well, here on YouTube, YouTube is mainstream. So you can't say whatever the hell you want because they want you to garner and look at family friendly content. Because for some reason, grown-ups have to adhere to what kids want to look at. And it's like, you have a YouTube Kids, why are you pigeonholing your content creators from making the content that they believe that they should be making? Of which you can't say whatever the hell you want here on YouTube, although some of us do, and we either get blacklisted or knocked down within the algorithm, or you never see us whatsoever. Which I will say, probably not very many of you guys see any of my videos because I don't adhere to that. Make it family friendly. I don't do that. I tell the truth. I tell nothing but the truth. I give you guys truthful articles and truthful videos of what I see here on YouTube or on Twitter or on Rumble. And let's get into Rumble. Rumble is making YouTube shaking their boots because a lot of their creators are going over to Rumble. Now, is there a lot of money in Rumble right now? Probably not. But as Rumble gets bigger and as Rumble starts to rumble the ground of which YouTube lies on, YouTube is going to have to do something about it because over at Rumble, there are no types of, although they have an algorithm, but they don't have the same algorithm that YouTube, has. YouTube has an algorithm of which, if you say something uh, about the coronavirus, about January 6th, or anything that isn't a part of the national timeline of what they want us to believe, it all gets either you either get deplatformed, or you get your video taken down, or your basically your channel gets blacklisted to where if people even try to search you, they won't be able to search your channel. So there's not very many places of which people who speak the truth can go. And I know a lot of people are probably sitting here thinking, well, it's only those Republicans who want to talk the shit that they talk, blah blah blah. You gotta listen. You gotta listen. Although you may hate conservatives or the Republican Party, but you gotta remember, most of these alternative news sources are conservative. And they're actually, if you listen to them, they're actually saying something of which the mainstream news isn't doing, or allowing their talent to do. Like they're not like are y'all really like saying that Don Lemon was actually telling the truth on the news every day? Even when he had his own show, do y'all really think Don Lemon was telling the truth? You gotta remember, CNN was doing bad the end of last year because they didn't have one person to speak about, and that was Donald Trump. Every day when Donald Trump was in office, CNN had something new to say about Donald Trump, of which that drove marketing dollars up, that drove advertising dollars up, and I'm pretty sure the company was making buku's amount of money. But what happened after Donald Trump was feeding them, information that they were reporting on? They had no story. They had nothing to cover at all. Like they were sitting there like fishes out of the water. Like, what the fuck do we do? Like we have nothing to speak about. Like, or they would make up lies about Donald Trump. So it's like mainstream news is dying, but the only people who doesn't know that mainstream news is dying is the mainstream news. So what do they usually do in business? You pivot. You have to pivot in order to not only come in with the times, but satisfy your base. So will we see Fox News or CNN with either a YouTube channel with various podcasts, political podcasts, and stuff like that, or will they, do something or reformat from where what they see on the internet to TV? Will they reformat? Well, I don't think that they respect online personalities that much, so they probably won't reformat, but they'll probably try to make it to where, oh well, they're doing it like this, well, we see what they're doing, but we're going to do it like that. And it's like it probably won't work even if they do try. And it's like, well, what else do they have in their repertoire to try to capture their audience? Now we gotta look at Fox News, because now Fox News is feeling exactly what CNN felt last year. their base basically wasn't watching Fox News. They went over, of which this news station got a boost in viewership, is Newsmax. Newsmax got probably all of Tucker's views during the prime time hour, or hours, however the hell you want to see that. So it's like, what the hell is going on with how Tucker was doing things? But let's take it over to Don Lemon. Here's the third part to this story by this article's by the Washington Post. Here's how CNN addressed Don Lemon's departure on air. So they did his two co-hosts that would host the show with him, CNN's host Poppy Harlow and Kathleen Collins, or Caitlin Collins, I should say. Welcome viewers Tuesday to their daily news show by directly addressing the sudden firing of their former co-anchor Don Lemon. We don't begin. Hold on. We do begin though with news about this show. Harlow said as CNN this morning started. As you may have heard yesterday, CNN parted ways with anchor Don Lemon. It was a farewell that devoted a few more warm words to a departed colleague than rival. Network Fox News issued on air about its own Tucker Carlson, who was also fired Monday. But it did not address reports of backstage tension or accusations of sexism in his on-air comments that preceded Lemon's exit. Harlow read part of a statement from CNN chief executive Chris Lynch, saying that he thanked Don for his contributions over the past 17 years. Lynch's statement was posted on screen. Don will forever be a part of the CNN family. We wish him well and will be cheering him on in his future endeavors. Basically, this is saying, fuck you. I hope you never find work again with your bullshit takes. That's basically what they were saying. I don't know how you guys see it. If you guys read into those words as exactly what they meant, that's not exactly what they meant. Because when a company tells you, we wish you well in your future endeavors, that basically means we hope you don't find we hope you don't find work again. God damn it! Like, we hope you drowned in your own bullshit. Like, basically is what they're saying. So Collins agreed, saying Lemon was a big part of this show over the last 6 months, and that he was one of the first CNN anchors to have her on when she was a reporter. That's something that I'll never forget, and I agree with Chris. I agree with Chris. We wish him the best. Harlow called Lemon one of my first friends here at CNN, and I'm so thankful to have worked alongside him and for his support for nearly 15 years here. And I wish him all good things ahead. Last fall, Lemon left his primetime slot to join Harlow and Collins as part of CNN's morning shakeup, one of Lynch's first big programming moves. As you guys don't know, this new guy, Collins, or Lynch, I'm sorry, Chris Lynch, he is now the CNN CEO from the old guy. I forgot what his name was, but that guy ran NBC, I believe, beforehand. And he basically, when he came to CNN, he basically saw how they were losing viewership, and it's like, yo, How am I going to turn this company around? So basically, he had to start cutting ties with certain people and making real news again, because all of CNN's news was basically around the BLM riots, Antifa fucking shit up, Donald Trump, and all kinds of other, funny shit that nobody wanted to listen to. So from there, they, CNN started losing viewership. They started losing their base. So when this guy came in, he basically said, I want CNN to go back to how they used to do things. And I want to shake the company up to where we're basically in the middle again instead of being a part of any political group. So, in short terms, he's basically saying, I don't want this company to be looked at as a Democrat ran company. We are going to be neutral in all things going forward. That means presidential elections, regular state elections, political views, stuff like that. We are in the middle. We are a neutral party. We're just here to give the news. So, with that being said, let's say that Don Lemon was probably part of that problem and he had to get him the fuck out of here. Let's say that happened. Well, I don't see any problem with that because Don Lemon was the very person spewing those bullshit ass rhetoric that he was spewing on air every night. So it's like, hey, okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? But I I'm kind of in the middle with this when it comes to Don Lemon and Vivek Ramaswamy's debate last week. Now I'm in the middle with this because I'm on the side of Don Lemon, but Vivek was making a lot of good fucking points. But although they were placed in yesteryear and whatever, I do agree with some of the things that Don Lemon was saying though. But at the end of the day, it's like you do have to treat your guests with some sort of respect because even though you disagree with all the things that Vivek was saying, Don, don't do it on air. Do it during commercial break. Like, why are you sitting here disagreeing with this guy and getting basically into a shouting match with this man? And he did make some off-color comments, like whatever race you are, blah 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 blah. It's like, come on, Don, did you have to stoop that damn low? Like, you don't have to stoop that low for this guy to basically come out as the victor of all this because you lost your job behind this shit, as well as you saying off-color comments about that presidential candidate and other women. Like, you know, although what he said about the chick and women in general, they're only in their prime in their 20s, their 20s, 30s, and 40s. Like, okay, Don, you didn't have to say that shit out loud. Because although he's a gay man, he's still a man at the end of the day. All right, like, okay, Don. Most men do think that women are in their prime between the ages of in their 20s and in their 40s. But you ain't had to say that shit out loud. Like, you could have just kept that shit to yourself. Like, come on, man. Like, you doing everybody a disservice here. Like, what are you doing? Just chill the fuck out. But anyway, um, anyway, let's continue. Where was I? Okay, here we go. The show got off to a rocky start and has struggled in the ratings since its November premiere, but Harlow kept a reassuring tone. Caitlin and I are proud of this show. We are so proud of the dedicated team that works around the clock to bring you the news every morning. and our priority is you, the viewer. We're grateful we're grateful you welcomed us in your home each morning. Then the pair went straight into the other big news of the morning. President Biden officially declaring he is running for office again. Jesus Christ, please don't do it. Uh the back and forth about Lemon's departure stood in contrast to the approach on Fox, where on Monday evening, just hours after Carlson's firing, fill-in host Brian Kilmeade, uh, host Brian Kilmeade briefly addressed Carlson's usual viewing audience about the news. As you probably have heard, Fox News and Tucker Carlson have agreed to part ways. I wish Tucker the best. I am great friends with Tucker and always will be. Lemon tweeted his departure on Monday, writing in part, "I am stunned." He added, "At no time was I ever given any indication that I would not be able to continue to do the work I have loved at the network." He also wrote that CNN management didn't tell him the news directly and that he heard it from his agent. In response, CNN released a statement saying that was inaccurate and that Lemon was offered an opportunity to meet with management, but instead released a statement on Twitter. Lemon was a leading face of CNN this morning and came under increasing pressure with CNN over the show's poor ratings. Now let's get into that. More, more so with Don Lemon saying that no one came to me about this, and how would I know that I would have got fired about anything? And then CNN basically saying, yeah, well, you was actually offered. Now let's do this. If Don was offered, okay, let's say Don was offered the opportunity to talk with CNN, right? With the management of CNN, but he refused to do it, right? What does that really say about Don Lemon? Is he really a queen at the end of the day, and he's just basically doing whatever he thinks a woman would do in this whole situation? Or is the management of CNN actually telling the truth? Who knows? But the simple fact is we don't know. Like, they could be telling us anything. Both Don Lemon and the management of CNN, they could be telling us any damn thing at this point. Now, Don Lemon made his statement, CNN made their statements. Who knows who's right and who's wrong? But I will say this, Don, if you was offered the opportunity to go and talk to these people about either, staying on prime time, or you being at the head of picking the host that you want to work with on the morning show, if you had an offer you couldn't refuse, maybe you should have took that. Maybe you should have took that opportunity to speak with them so you could grind out an actual good where you could grind out an actual great show. Because to be honest, who knows if Harlow and Caitlyn is going to bring in ratings. You know what I'm saying? They'll have to wear some scantily clad clothing in the morning in order to get people to start watching. Or they might have to have some real big topics to they might have to cover some real big topics and have the actual facts in front of them so people can start talking about CNN in the morning, or whatever the hell the show's called. CNN's morning Brew or whatever the fuck it's called. They're gonna have CNN this morning. That's what it's called. Maybe they'll have to do that, but I will say this: there's no way that they're going to garner that viewer base if now he's gone. Because let's say his primetime audience shifted to the the morning time and watched him. If he's not there now, I don't know what they're gonna do because maybe that might drive their viewership down. Because their viewership was already down by like I think on average during prime time it was on like 50K a night, next to what they were usually getting like a million or so viewers. So you talking about like an exponential drop in viewership on CNN to basically where they basically almost had a dead company. So, it's like, what do you do when that happens? And what do you do? Well, is what I said earlier. You have to pivot. You have to restructure, rebrand. Um, you have to look at what people are actually, or you have to look at what people actually want to listen to, and that's your research team going on, a search of what people are actually listening to. Then you got Tim Pool, who runs Timcast. He gets like 40 to 50,000 people watching him a night. And then, his clips get like millions of views. Then you got Michael Malice, you got Hotep's Been Told You, you have Redacted, you got Joe Rogan. Like, this is what people are actually watching. So it's like, why is it that you guys are still doing the normal? Well, yeah, so the news today, blah, 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 blah. Like, why are y'all doing it that way, knowing that people are watching more podcasts than ever, political podcasts at that? And it's like, we want to know the real. We want to actually look at these people that you guys want on, such as presidential candidates and stuff like that, and we want to actually hear what they have to say instead of cutting them off with 30-second sound bites, if that. Like, it's really 15-second sound bites they actually give them. They give them a question, they have to answer that question within 15 seconds, and then that's the sound bite. And then they go off to commercial. And it's like, we don't want that anymore. We want to actually listen to what this person's issues are. What are you going to do for the American people if you become president? Go. And we want at least a 3 to 5 minute explanation of what they're going to do with their presidential, if they get elected as president. That's what we want to hear. Or do it Joe Rogan style. Ask a question, let them go. If there's something in there that you don't agree with, give them some pushback. If they can't take the pushback, then you can see as an American person that they're not fully equipped with the tools of being a president at all. So then that'll turn you off from, oh, well, I'm not voting for that person because that person can't actually answer a question. Because once the debates come and they're with this same bullshit, they're going to lose the goddamn debate, and I don't want nothing to do with this person now. Just look at Bernie Sanders. Bernie Sanders went on Joe Rogan. He stated everything that he wanted to do for the simple fact that Joe Rogan actually thought of voting for Bernie Sanders. Once Bernie Sanders had his episode and people listened to what the hell he wanted to do, a lot of people got the fuck away from him. It was, I don't want nothing to do with that. Like, I'm good on that. But it's like, what do you do at this point? Because, it's a lot of stories popping up because A lot of people are starting to come out and say, "Hey, I'm running for president." So next year is going to be a big damn year when it comes to people placing their bets. Like, who do you think's going to win the presidential election? Is it going to be Trump? Is it going to be Biden? Is it going to be Robert Kennedy Jr.? Is it going to be this Democratic pundit? Is it going to be DeSantis? Is DeSantis going to run? When is DeSantis pulling out all the stops to, with his campaign? Like, we don't know any of this information yet because nor have any of these people came on any sort of news source to tell us. It's usually just hearsay or third party information. Other than Biden, having that damn re-election commercial that he has. Jesus Christ. But what can we do? What can they do? Because you know the station needs viewers, so they can drive their ad dollars. So you can go out and buy products and stuff like that, so that brand can keep contributing to these stations or these channels. So if you have no viewer base, you have no one to sell to. So brands start pulling out from your company. Get it together, CNN, because shit's happening. And I would say Fox News, y'all need somebody at the caliber of Tucker Carlson, because it's not like y'all really give a fuck about what's going on in the world anyway. You're just trying to present news. So just get somebody that can present the news just like Tucker, that has the same demeanor as Tucker, but none of the beliefs as Tucker. Just do it like that, and then you'll have the next whoever the fuck there now. Anyway, so the rest of this article states that advertisers were also balking, and some would be guests were expressing reluctance to be interviewed. He also faced criticism after he made comments on air in February about the prime age of Republican presidential candidate Nikki Haley and other women. CNN this morning averaged 360,000 total views in February, compared with 895,000 for MSNBC's Morning Joe and 1.2 million of Fox and Friends on Fox News, according to Nielsen data. In other words, CNN's doing bad in viewership because everyone is going elsewhere. The thing is, MSNBC is no different from CNN, because for the simple fact that they got a chick on their name, what's her name, Joy Reid, and this crazy bitch, this crazy bitch just out here saying any damn thing. Jesus Christ. Now I won't say that it's all bad what she does over there, but you will see her slip up sometimes saying some crazy shit. You be like, damn, like who the fuck thinks like that? But still, they're getting, on Morning Joe, 895,000 compared to CNN's 360,000. It's like more people are watching MSNBC than CNN in the morning. But altogether, there's more people watching Fox and Friends in the morning than what they are with either MSNBC or CNN. So it's like, you're gonna have to look at these metrics and think, how can we get 1.2 million views? That's it, and that's all, man. Like that's all. That's what's going on in the news this week. It was a firestorm, and then people started dying, and you got Ray Epps on 60 Minutes and shit getting interviewed about his involvement with January 6th and basically clearing his name of being a Fed, of which people think that he's a Fed. I believe he's a Fed. How the fuck everybody who participated in January 6th getting locked up except for this motherfucker? How does that work? How how does that work? But you can only look and see the circus of which they present us. That's all. So what's the summary of tonight? Well, Tasha K is going to start paying that $4 million since, Cardi can come into her house and seize assets and property of what she sees fit. I don't know if there's any limitations of what she can take, but I'm pretty sure if she sets her eyes on, hey, I want that right there to satisfy this $4 million. So I'm pretty sure she can do whatever the hell she wants at this point. So with the whole Tucker Carlson thing and Don Lemon, I'm pretty sure since Tucker's was in an 18-month contract, we probably won't see him until sometime next year. So he'll probably, let's say, either Rumble or the Blaze or the Daily Wire, or even if he creates his own like internet media company, like we'll see him sometime next year. So I'm pretty sure Tucker has nothing to fear when it comes to this whole news thing. Like I said, he'll probably be on that set of what we saw in the background. That's probably his new set that he built somewhere, of an office that he has somewhere where he lives. So we can only wait and see what happens with Tucker Carlson. With Don Lemon, I don't even think anybody is gonna try and touch this guy as far as bringing him on as a anchor or anything. Like we probably won't see him no time soon. So I'd say it'd be best if Don Lemon goes on a if he goes on a like E, if he goes on E and starts talking about celebrities. That'd probably be best for him. No, he's catty. He's, he can dish it like a woman can. It'll be a good fit if you say, the way I see it, it'll be a good fit if he goes to if he goes to like E News or something like that, or some sort of celebrity based news source. I feel he would be good there instead of doing political news. But if he doesn't, he said he might get 20 mil. So he can sit on that 20 mil. You can do it from there like that. To all the deaths, I do feel sorry for two of them except for one. I think you guys know which one I don't feel sorry for. Because to me, anything after 75 is natural causes. So I don't like, even if you do got cancer, congestive heart failure, whatever, pancreatic cancer, it's all natural causes. Like with the diet that we have here in America, anything after 75 is natural causes. So feel bad for whoever you have to feel bad for, but just know they had a long, abundant life. So ain't much we can do or say about that. But anyway, that brings us to the end of the show. Let's get this theme music popping. So I just have a few promotions to do, just a little bit of them. So every Friday, I do a game stream called Mark Speaks Play. Right now, we are playing Star Wars Jedi Survivor. If you check my video from yesterday, I went on for like 7.5 hours or something like that. So come back and check me out next Friday for the rest of it. I'm pretty sure everybody has already binge watched everybody else playing it. But, mine's is more unique because some people, they do main missions and then they do side missions and then, they do tutorials of how to collect, secret items and stuff like that. I do it all on screen during my stream. So if you guys want to see all this stuff in real time, come to my channel, Marcus Speaks, and come watch Marcus Speaks play on Fridays at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then I have this here podcast that I do here on Saturdays called Marcus Speaks Live, where I give you trending topics and some other random topics that I find here on the internet. This also comes on at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Saturday. So come on through, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell icon, all, so you can get all my notifications once I go live or when I post a video. I spoke about the channel, Marcus Speaks. Go and subscribe. Also, please go to the to my description. Go to the Rumble link. When you get to Rumble, if you don't have like an account or anything, sign up. Sign up for an account. Make an account and go and subscribe to my channel today. My first 25 subscribers, I can start simulcasting live to both here and on YouTube. I mean on Rumble and on YouTube. So, do me that favor, man. Do what you can. Do what you have to do by, going to my channel and, follow me. I'd love to see you guys there because I want to see what I can do with my channel. Alright? So, that being said, I guess I do have any subscribers. Hold on. I'm over here checking now. Let's see. I want to go to my actual channel. Here. I don't usually come over here that much, so I really have no clue. Well, I still have 8 followers. So the next, 16, 17 people? Y'all go over there, y'all hit the channel up and go and subscribe. So yeah, do me that favor so I can start simulcasting over there. Also, if you ever want to come up and talk to me, you can hit the link. Call the number. I'm getting at y'all in all ways. So make sure you guys hit the number or hit the link so you can come up and talk to me. But there are 3 rules. Those 3 rules are: you have to be on camera at all times. To me, if you don't want to be on camera for the public, that is fine. That is rule number 2. There's a question back here. Answer it with your name and your answer. Also, please silence all background noise when you call, because I don't want to hear all that in the background. And one last thing, please like this video, share this video, and subscribe if you're new here. Hit that bell icon to all. Also, I have this one thing to say. I do it after all of my streams, and that is focus on getting the money. Money makes the world go round. Also, drink more water for health purposes, because water is a good thing to have in your system, all right? If you don't want to drink water, go and get some coconut water. Coconut water is good for you as well. Mind your own damn business because it helps with your mental health. And also, if you don't believe a damn thing that I said tonight, that's fine. Because sometimes you got to do your own research. It helps you out in the long run. This has been Marcus Speaks Live. I have been Marcus Speaks. I thank y'all for watching, and I'll check you guys up next week. Peace out, y'all. Have a good weekend.